Alright folks, welcome back to my channel. Stephen here. Tonight I've got a few more boxes pulled out. Have a wee look at what's inside and get them all sort of sorted into the piles behind. So got a couple sitting up over here, and I'll pull a few more across just as we're going along. I'm just trying to keep a bit more space around me just to make it a little easier. So first up then, we've got this Amazon box here. Let's see what we've got in this. Okay, so this is a set that I've bought for future investment. It's set number 75337. It's the Lego Star Wars AT-TE Walker. So these have been on the go for a little while now. I think they may be scheduled for retirement at the end of this year. So I suppose as far as investment purchases goes, I picked these up quite early, but Amazon had these at an absolutely stonking price at some point, like way last year, maybe even back into 23. I can't 100% remember now. And I just couldn't really resist at the time, to be honest, and thought I really should pick up some. Great set for army builders. All these 212 troopers. You get Commander Cody, some droids, and obviously you get the Walker as well. So yeah, good set for, like I said, for Star Wars fans and army builders. So one that I've just picked up anyway to set aside for future investment. Next then, we have another Amazon box here. Okay, and in this one, so this is one for me. Just give the box a wee bit of a dent there on the back. So yeah, here we have a Lego City set, 60422. And it's the latest City Harbour set. So yeah, again, another set I picked up on Amazon when they had it discounted. Like I said, this one I have bought for myself, so I will be trying to incorporate this into the layout in some shape or form. I'll certainly be using the crane and the docks. I will naturally be expanding and all that. I do love this little container ship. It's not the biggest vessel in the world, so I'll see sort of what can be done with that. Maybe to just sort of maybe extend the hull a little bit and maybe build out the ship to be a little bit larger in terms of scale, so we can take a few more containers and stuff. But just thought it was cool to be set to I suppose just to give you these sort of foundational builds. I suppose, you know, it's something that can be expanded upon and sort of takes away that sort of need for creativity sometimes. You know, the ideas are here, and it's just sort of making them a little bit bigger and incorporating them sort of more cohesively into the layout. But I thought it was cool to be set. I quite like the ship. I do have a couple of vessels that I'll be incorporating into the layout. And yeah, that's one I'll definitely be building at some point. Alright, next up we have a big box. So let's see what's in here. It's packed out with packaging anyway, presumably to protect the set. Okay, so we've got quite a few bits and pieces in here. So first one I'm going to pull out is retired Harry Potter set. It's 75954. It's the Great Hall, the Hogwarts Great Hall. So again, another set I picked up when it was an offer. So I think this is from 2018. This one launched, so it has been retired for a couple of years. I love the idea of this, not as the Great Hall, not in the form it's currently in, but I like the idea of using this as the foundation for a church within my layout. So you know, it's kind of got that spire style section, and then the Great Hall itself sort of presents itself very well as like sort of congregational area of the church. So I will almost certainly be sort of building it out for that purpose. It is open back, so I will have to sort of fill it in. But what I'll probably just do is I guess mirror the build almost, because I think it very much ends at this sort of the peak of the roof here. So I'll probably mirror build this and set them back to back, and then maybe tweak it around a little bit just to make it a bit more church-like. But pretty cool set. You also get you know, Nagini and some really good minifigures here. You get Nearly Headless Nick and Hagrid and a few of the teachers, and obviously Dumbledore, and then a number of the pupils as well. So obviously going to be boat and stuff as well. So there's a lot of cool, you know, other parts and stuff within that as well. I think you get all the banners too, for each of the classes within Harry Potter. So a pretty cool set in that regard. So I will almost certainly be building that, but like I said, I'll be tweaking it ever so slightly. Okay, next up, some of the older Lunar New Year sets. So unfortunately the box has got a bit creased on this, but it's not the end of the world. I do intend to build this set, so I'm not too disturbed about the box condition. This is 80105, so it's the New Year's Temple Fair. So again, a really good set. Like I said, for incorporating into a layout, probably within sort of a Chinatown style area, and it should sit well with a few of the other sets, you know. Just again, you've got this sort of big sort of temple style structure here, which can be sort of built out a wee bit more, and then all these little stalls and stuff, you know, so you can have quite a sort of vibrant little area in the street with all these stalls and games and stuff, and then you get again tons of minifigures that can be used within the scene and within the layout. So yeah, that's it's another cool set. I think this is from the Year of the Mouse, this one, although I don't think it has a lot of these sets generally come with a minifigure with like a head mold in the form of whatever year it is, but I don't see anything here depicting a mouse. So but yeah, it's a cool set nonetheless, and one I am looking forward to building up at some point. And then here we have another of the Lunar New Year sets. It's the Spring Lantern Festival 80107. This came out at the time of the year of the bull. Not as many minifigures in this, but it's a really cool little sort of Chinese style garden, which will present itself really nicely sort of within a layout. I sort of see this sitting very nicely actually alongside the likes of Ninjago. But you get this cool pergola and stuff, and then like I said, this nice little garden with a little stream running through and all the bamboos and stuff. So it's a really cool little set, and definitely one that I'll be building up as well. Next out then, so this is a much older Marvel set here. It's 76108, and it's the sort of original, or the first of the Sanctum Sanctorum builds. So this one sort of presents as two little facades. You have the Sanctum here, and then on the side you have the pizza shop and apartments, Peter Parker's apartments. You get some really good minifigures of this as well. Obviously you get that you get Cull Obsidian and Ebony Maw, and then a few of the Marvel characters, Iron Man, Iron Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. So it's a little open back set. I think it is also hinged, so you can close it around, so it sort of creates a fully formed building. But obviously I think I picked this up pre-owned. I wasn't sort of particularly buying Lego at the point of this as original release. When's this one from? I feel like it's sort of 2018, so it is going back quite some time, this set. But I kind of always had in my head that it would be a cool one to get your hands on and then build out, you know, sort of build out the Sanctum, build out the apartments and all here as well. But then obviously Lego have since released the sort of full modular style Sanctum Sanctorum. So I don't know what my intentions are with these now. There's still a couple of nice little buildings that I'll be able to use, but I haven't sort of fully thought it out at this stage. However, it was a set that I just really wanted at the time, and yeah. Alright, next then we have, okay, so this has obviously been opened and built, but it's a 60110. It's a Lego City fire station. So again, this is going back a good few years. I think this is maybe a couple of fire stations ago. 2016, this one's dated, so it's a reasonably old set. I really like it. It has the functioning fireman pole. The guys can sort of hop on at the top and sort of twirl their way down. I thought as far as as fire station builds goes, it's quite a good one. It is positioned sort of in an angular fashion, which is a little bit different. Probably makes it a wee bit harder to sort of build it out a bit more. Obviously, it is a Lego City set, so it is open back. Like I said, it's got these sort of very interesting angles that it's built at. But it was a cool set nonetheless. I don't know what I'll do with that, to be honest. I don't know how I want to approach my layout in terms of realism. You know, we've obviously got all the modulars and stuff which present in a slightly more sort of realistic fashion, whereas obviously the city buildings are a lot brighter and more colourful. However, it's quite a nice build. I like this sort of tower build in the middle, so we'll see. I may look at sort of incorporating that in some way. But and then lastly in here we have what a set. So this is opened, well, it's unsealed, however it hasn't been built. So the bags are all sealed in it. And it is 10219, and it is the Maersk freight train. Again, as far as Lego trains go, this one is right up there. I think you've got the likes of the Horizon Express, the Maersk freight train, and the Emerald Knight as being the three sort of pinnacle train sets. So this one's fantastic. You know, obviously you get the Maersk locomotive, you get the two container carriages then with multiple containers as well. So and the cool little sort of trolley style lorry here as well. So yeah, really class set. I do have a second one of these which is built, which I bought built. However, I also have this one still boxed and sealed, and I'll probably build it. It's hard with some of these sets because they kind of do very well sometimes in retirement that you can find yourself tempted to hold on to them and, you know, sort of get caught up in their current value rather than actually enjoying them and building them. But I know this is a set that I do particularly really want to experience the build of. So it obviously only comes with the two carriages, so it's not the longest of trains really. And sort of given the nature of it, it's a big Maersk freight train. You know, they haul huge sort of trains. So I'll probably look at building that out, if even just for the additional carriages. But we'll see on that front. I'm going to just tidy a few of these boxes away here. I'll grab a couple more boxes over and we'll have a look at what's inside them. Alright guys, so I've brought another 3 boxes over here. I don't think they're necessarily the most exciting. I think each of them is just like a one set box, but we'll crack through them nonetheless, have a look at what's here, and then at least it's a few more sets that I've kind of sorted my way through, and I can clear up a bit more space. So first up, this is quite a cool one. If you're a Minecraft fan. So here we have set number 21188. It's the Llama Village. So I got this couple of Christmases ago, well, just after Christmas. My local Tesco had quite a few sets heavily reduced, and this was one of them. So I can't remember how much it was. My gut feeling is it was for somewhere close to £50 or thereabout. So I thought at that price I kind of have to pick this up. Hopefully it'll do alright sort of longer term. The box is a bit scuffed here at the top, which is a bit annoying. It's just a bit of shelf damage, but it's still fully sealed. And yeah, so it's one of the sort of bigger of the Minecraft sets. Every now and again you get these kind of more sort of feature packed and sort of bigger scale sets. So this one obviously a huge llama build in with all these little sub-scenes and stuff set around them, and then, you know, we get some llamas and figures and whatnot. So yeah, so I've bought that anyway to move on at some point. I have a sneaky suspicion when my daughter sees it, she'll be desperate to get her hands on it, but let's see. Right, next up, okay, we have a Lego Friends set, and it is set number 41732. I can't remember what this was called, but it's a little sort of downtown style street set. I think for me the biggest lure to this was the little apartment building. I thought it was really nicely done. I love the use of these triangular tiles on the side to sort of create that angle and also bring that splash of colour through. So again, I'm pretty sure I picked this one up on eBay at a really good price. I have bought this with the intention of building it. In honesty, I kind of like. I like quite a bit about it. I love this little fountain as well. Actually, I love how they've done this. I like these little sort of hand water elements being used as water sort of coming out. And then you do get this cool little flower shop, and then obviously, like I said, this, I think it's maybe a furniture shop actually, now that I think about it. And I think sort of the premise of it was that you design your flat, so you pick items out of the furniture shop and incorporate them into your flat, which you are currently decorating here. So it is a fully sort of modular style set. All the buildings do come apart and can be configured sort of however you want. They are open back, so I'm going to have a little bit of work to do there, but that shouldn't be too difficult. But I just thought, again, it's that thing, you know, where, you know, the Lego designers do all the hard work coming up with these great designs, and then all I have to do is tweak them a little bit and make them sort of more fitting to the scenes that I'm trying to create. And then you've got a very unique and cool building for your layout. So that's my intentions with that anyway. And then lastly, I've got one last box here. Okay. Just for the crack, it's a box within a box. Don't mind me. Right, so in here, what do we have? Do it the right way this time. Ah, brilliant. So it is. It is set 76294 and it is the X Mansion. So another set that I couldn't resist picking up at launch. It came with a really cool little Cerebro mini build. I am a fan of X-Men. I do love X-Men. I'm by no means like an Uber fan. I enjoy it as much as anything else. So when I saw this coming out, I thought, yes, it's a must get. Now, I think the scale of it's a little bit funny, especially sort of alongside a lot of the other, particularly the Marvel buildings. It just feels a little bit sort of small and out of scale relative to a lot of them. And even sort of in comparison to the likes of the Natural History Museum, which is a similar sort of a footprint of a set, but it just feels much more sort of, just feels like a much more beefy set, you know, whereas this just feels quite sort of it just doesn't feel fleshed out enough as a building. So yeah, I'll probably look at customizing it a tad, but again, it's just a cracking building, and fully modular on each side. It's got a great lineup of X-Men characters, and then lots of cool sort of rooms and stuff within. So it's just a very good building, and one that I kind of just really wanted for myself. So I see it present. I don't think I'll have it necessarily. Well, I don't know. Haven't really fully decided how I'm going to incorporate all of the Marvel sets into the layout. You know, they're quite big buildings, so they probably, particularly the Avengers Tower and the other two, but they probably present themselves best in the sort of main city layout. But I haven't really got a notion of including the figures within. You know, I kind of want my layout to be more sort of Lego City in fashion, rather than having all of these different sort of characters from various comic books and stuff. So this is somewhat similar. I kind of had envisaged this being like a mansion out in the country. I think that's probably the best use of it, but it's just all these cool figures that I kind of want to use and I kind of want to incorporate in some way, but I just don't see how they fit in the outlook of my city. But if you've any ideas, any ideas for sort of presenting these sets and the figures, or an alternative way maybe just to display the figures, let me know down in the comments. I'm just not sure about that. It's something that I've kind of struggled with, because I feel like the almost the scene and the figures do the building as much justice as the building does itself, and it would be a shame to leave them out. But as I said, I kind of want realism as far as Lego goes, not super realism, but I do want my layout to feel sort of based around realism, and this obviously then wouldn't fit in with that. So it's just how do I make that work? It's obviously not a horrible problem to have. It's something I can absolutely work around. But yeah, I'm looking forward to building this anyways. Cool set. I did buy it on Wednesday, so yes, it's very cool. And that just about wraps things up. I've got a mountain of boxes sitting down by my side here, and then we've obviously got all these sets down the back here. So I'm going to get these all moved away and sort of positioned against the walls so that I've a bit more space freed up. Thanks again for tuning in. If you have done, remember to like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification for heads up on future videos. I've plenty more coming. I've still lots more boxes to get through if you're enjoying the unboxings. But beyond that, we are sort of getting a little bit closer to sort of mixing things up a wee bit, and hopefully sort of commencing a bit of building, a bit of design, and a bit of layout work in the near future. But thanks for tuning in again, and have a good evening, guys. Take care.